Get a piece of history and help grow the game. That's what the Open is offering with its memorabilia auction. The official Open Memorabilia site features unique Open assets from famous venues and champion golfers of the year, all net proceeds received by the R. Items for auction include limited edition prints of champion golfers of the year, signed championship pin flags and limited edition historical program covers. Memorable scorecard reproductions and caddy bibs are also available to bid for on the website, with all items featuring branded, serialized holograms for authenticity. Click here to own your piece of history and to get more information on the auction. Article tags: 2018 Open Championship, Carnoustie, Scotland. For a player who once complained about the vagaries of links golf, Rory McIlroy enters this Open with a dazzling record in the sport's oldest championship. Though he missed the 2015 event because of an ankle injury, McIlroy has now posted 3 consecutive top 5 finishes in the year's third major. "It's surprising a little bit that my best form in major championships has been this tournament," he said Wednesday, "but at the same time I've grown up these courses, and I'm comfortable on them. I think going to courses on the open road that I've played quite a lot, I think that helps. You have a comfort level with the golf course, and you've built up enough experience to know where to hit and where not to hit it." McIlroy still regrets what happened in 2015, when he did something slightly silly, and injured his ankle while playing soccer a few weeks before the event. That came a year after he triumphed at Royal Liverpool. "Since 2010, I couldn't wait to play the Open at St Andrews," he said. "I thought that was one of my best chances to win a major." He tied for 42nd at Carnoustie in 2007, earning low amateur honors. A picture is worth 1,000 words and potentially 2 strokes for playing a moving ball under Rule 14-5 but not Rule 1-2. Phil Mickelson has been having some fun during his Open prep at Carnoustie, hitting flop shots over human beings, but the irony of this photo below is too obvious to go over anyone's head. Phil Mickelson practices for. And so we are left to wonder about what Phil asked himself back at Shinnecock Hills. The real question is, what am I going to do next? Article tags: Phil Mickelson, 2018 Open Championship, Carnoustie, Scotland. 11 years later, Rory McIlroy cringes at the photo, the yellow sweater with the deep V-neck, the chubby cheeks and the messy mop that curled under his cap. "You live and you learn," he said Wednesday, offering a wry smile. The last time McIlroy played at a Carnoustie Open, in 2007, he earned the silver medal as the low amateur. He tied for 42nd, but the final result had mattered little. Grateful just to have a spot in the field, courtesy of his European amateur title, he bounced along the fairways, soaking up every moment, and lingered behind the 18th green as one of his local heroes, Padraig Harrington, battled one of his favorite players, Sergio Garcia. Waiting for the trophy presentation, he passed the time playing with Padraig's young son, Paddy. On Wednesday, McIlroy spotted Paddy, now 15, walking around Carnoustie with his 3-time major winning father. "He's massive now, he towers over me," he said. "It's so funny thinking back on that day. But it's also instructive. If there's a lesson to be learned from '07, it's how carefree McIlroy approached and played that week. He was reminded again of that untroubled attitude while playing a practice round here with 23-year-old Jon Rahm, who stepped onto each tee, unsheathed his driver and bombed away with little regard for the wind or the bounce or the fescue. McIlroy smiled, because he remembers a time, not too long ago, that he'd attack a course with similar reckless abandon. Full field tee times from the 147th Open Championship. Full coverage of the 147th Open Championship. "I just think, as you get older, you get a little more cautious in life," said McIlroy, 29. "I think it's only natural. There's something nice about being young and being oblivious to some stuff. The more I can get into that mindset, the better I'll play golf." And so on the eve of this Open, as he approaches the 4-year anniversary of his last major title, McIlroy finds himself searching for a way to channel that happy-go-lucky 18-year-old who was about to take the world by storm, to tap into the easy-going excellence that once defined his dominance. It's been a year since he first hinted at what he's been missing. Last year's Open at Royal Birkdale was the final event of his long run with caddy J.P. Fitzgerald. The chief reason for the split, he said, had nothing to do with some of the questionable on-course decisions, but rather a desire to take ownership of his game, to be freed up alongside one of his best friends, Harry Diamond. That partnership has produced only one victory so far, and over the past few months, McIlroy has at times looked unsettled between the ropes. It's difficult to compute how someone with seemingly so much, a resume with 4 majors, a robust bank account, a beautiful wife, can also appear disinterested and unmotivated. I think sometimes I need to get back to that attitude where I play carefree and just happy to be here, he said. A golf tournament is where I feel the most comfortable. It's where I feel like I can 100% be myself and express myself. Sometimes the pressure that's put on the top guys to perform at such a level every week, it starts to weigh on you a little bit. The more I can be like that kid, the better. It's a decidedly different landscape from when the erstwhile boy wonder last won a major, in summer 2014. Jordan Spieth had won just a single tour event, not 3 majors. Dustin Johnson wasn't world number 1 but merely a tantalizing tease, a long-hitting, fast-living physical freak who was just beginning a 6-month break to address personal challenges. 2-time U.S. Open champion Brooks Koepka hadn't even started playing in the States. McIlroy's greatest asset, both then and now, was his driving. He put on clinics at Congressional and Kiowa, Hoylake and Valhalla. He was a mainstay at or near the top of the strokes gained tee to green rankings, but over the past few years, because of better technology, fitness and coaching, the gap between him and the rest of the field has shrunk. I think at this stage players have caught up, Harrington said. There's many players who drive the ball comparable and have certainly eaten into that advantage. Rory is well on pace to get into double digits with majors, but it has got harder. There's no doubt there's more players out there who are capable of having a big week, a big game for a major. It makes it tough. It's not as though McIlroy hasn't had opportunities to add to his major haul, they've just been less frequent and against stronger competition. In the 13 majors since he last won, he's either finished in the top 10 or missed the cut in 11 of them. This year, he played in the final group at the Masters, and was on the verge of completing the career Grand Slam, before a soul-crushing 74 on the last day. His U.S. Open bid was over after 9 holes, after an opening 80 and a missed cut, during which he declined to speak to reporters after both frustrating rounds. "I'm trying," he said Wednesday. "I'm trying my best every time I tee it up, and it just hasn't happened." A year after saying that majors are the only events that will define the rest of his career, he recently shrugged off the doom and gloom surrounding his Grand Slam drought. "It doesn't keep me up at night, thinking, if I never won another major, I can't live with myself." 11 years ago, McIlroy never would have troubled himself with such trivial questions about his legacy. But perhaps a return to Carnoustie, to where his major career started, is just what he needs to unlock his greatness once again. Article tags: 2018 Open Championship, Rory McIlroy. Carnoustie, Scotland. Turnberry last hosted the Open in 2009, during that magical week where Tom Watson, at age 59, nearly won his 6th Claret Jug. Ultimately, Stewart Cink won in a playoff. While Turnberry remains on the Open rota, according to the R. The next Open date is 2022. With respect to 2022, I've already said, 21 we are going to be celebrating the 150th playing of the Open at St. Andrews, R. And in 22, we'll be going south of the border. Full field tee times from the 147th Open Championship. Full coverage of the 147th Open Championship south of the border means the 2022 Open will be at one of the 3 venues in England. Since the 2020 Open is at Royal St George's, that leaves Royal Lytham. Since Lytham, 2012, Ernie Els last hosted the Open before Liverpool, 2014, Rory McIlroy, that's the likely choice. Trump was at Turnberry for 2 days last weekend, 150 miles southwest of Carnoustie. The President, while he was in the country. Turnberry hosted the Women's British Open in 2015. Inbee Park beat Jin Young Park by 3 shots.